What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Leo's Nerd Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Black Ops 6. So let's get into that. Hi, my name is Leo, and if you guys like talking about anything movie, TV show, video game related, or just anything nerdy, you have come to the right place. And like I said, today we're talking about Black Ops 6. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Now, I know primarily we do talk about movies on this channel, but I do always say in every intro that we're here to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games. But it's a little bit more difficult to review games because there's not as many games that come out throughout the year that I think merit a review, and as well as it takes a little bit longer. You know, you can't just sit down and watch it one time and give your initial thoughts. You kind of have to play it over time, let the kind of updates come through and see what's going to be going on in the video game and see if it's something that you either enjoy or don't enjoy, or how you feel about the whole experience in general. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about Black Ops 6, like I mentioned, and we're primarily going to be talking about the multiplayer, the zombies, and the ranked aspect. I have not even touched the campaign because I've been grinding, camos and all these different challenges and Easter eggs and things like that. So I haven't even touched any of the campaign aspects. So we're really going to be talking mainly about the zombies, multiplayer, and ranked aspects of this game. Now, starting with my pros, we're going to start into the multiplayer, and for me, I absolutely love the way this game feels. This feels like a great Call of Duty where the flow feels very nice. The time to kill, or the TTK, is very good. There's a lot of great guns. The challenges for camos are for the most part pretty easy. They are a little tedious, but for the most part they are pretty easy if you want to just go for your gold or diamond and stuff like that. The score streaks are fun to use as well. The game modes are the same as always, but I think they're also very fun. So there's a lot of things that this multiplayer has to offer, especially when it comes to like skins, the battle pass, the overall game feel. The Omni movement is something that's very new to Call of Duty, and I think it actually feels very, very well, and it works for Call of Duty. And I think the Omni movement is very smooth, and especially when you get that movement down, you can definitely be a beast on the pub lobbies for sure. And I'm just very happy that the multiplayer experience feels this way, because it's been a very, very long time since Call of Duty has felt like it's had a very, very solid multiplayer experience. At least for me, the past, I don't know, the past, I'll say 5 Call of Duties, I haven't even hit Prestige 1 because I play it. I don't even enjoy like the experience of it, the actual vibe of the multiplayer, and I just drop it for the rest of the year. This is one of the first Call of Duty since Black Ops 4 that I've actually continued wanting to play and wanted to continue on in Prestige and unlock camos and play zombies, so it's been a very, very long time since I've actually felt this attached to a Call of Duty, this relieved of how good this Call of Duty is, wanting the need to play more. Going hand in hand with multiplayer, ranked is another aspect of multiplayer. If you don't know what ranked is, this is basically multiplayer, but in a more competitive standpoint, where you're using the same rule set of the Call of Duty World League, where all the pro teams play. That these are the rule sets that you are playing when you play in ranked. It's a 4v4 instead of your traditional 6v6, and it goes based off of your skill level. The more games you win, the higher rank you're gonna go, and the games you lose, you're gonna lose rank points, and you can drop down to a lower rank. So when you're in a certain rank, you're going to play against players that are only within that rank, so you're playing against a very, very even skill set. So it makes it for a very fun competitive mode, especially if you have people that enjoy that competitive nature of Call of Duty and play for that win. It is a very, very fun mode to play in. It definitely rewards you for winning games, and it hurts when you lose a game because it can bring you all the way down to a different rank depending on where you are. And you unlock skins through this. There's a whole top 250 leaderboard that has a really cool skin to it as well. So there's a lot of fun things when it comes to rank. And for me, I've always been a competitive person when it comes to Call of Duty, and the competitive scene is going to start this upcoming weekend. So I'm very, very excited to see all the pro teams coming back together and starting the qualifiers to go into the first major of the year. And I think competitive is going to be awesome within Black Ops 6. Ranked has definitely brought that fire back in the competitive scene when it comes to Call of Duty, at least for me. So I very, very much enjoy ranked. There are some worries that I had going into ranked. I could have been a much higher rank at this point. Right now I'm only gold 1, and that's really the third rank. You have your bronze, silver, gold, platinum, crimson, iridescent, and then the top 250. So I'm only in gold, and I wish I would have played right away. But the biggest worry for me when it came to ranked was that there's going to be a lot of hackers within this game. But if you are playing Black Ops 6 and are thinking about going into ranked, I would suggest jump in now, because most of the hackers that were in Black Ops 6 ranked when the rank first launched are probably now in the top 250 because of how much they've hacked their way all the way up to the top 250 players in the world. So you're not really going to run into too many hackers, if any. Another thing when it comes to rank that I'll be worried on is if you're starting off as a bronze, just be known that even if you think you're a very good player, you're going to be playing against other people that might not be as good. So you might be losing a couple of games towards the beginning. But once you get into that gold level, and you can carry your team all the way up to hitting it into gold, that's when you're going to start seeing your teammates really participate in the actual game mode and help you get those wins. So that's when rank comes very fun. But if you were worried about rank because there was a lot of posts saying there was a bunch of hackers, don't be too worried. I think you would be fine. And rank and the competitive scene is very fun within Black Ops 6. Now going over into the zombies aspects, I am actually having a blast with the zombies experience here. The maps are okay. You have Terminus and you have Liberty Falls. And then today, actually, when this review is coming out, you will have the new map. I forget what it's called, but it's just like this new castle map that's just releasing with this Season 1 Reloaded edition that Treyarch added. And the zombie experiences has been very fun. A lot of people at the beginning were complaining that the zombie maps didn't feel like traditional zombies. I can see that to a certain extent, but I do think that the Easter eggs have been very fun. The new Wonder Weapon has been very cool. The new specialty zombies and bosses and everything like that have been very fun. So while this doesn't feel like classic zombies per se, this is probably one of the best zombies experience that I've had personally since Black Ops 3. So I'm very glad to see that. I also want to continue playing zombies over and over again. I'm not getting tired of these maps. I'm not getting tired of the Easter egg. I'm having a lot of fun with the zombies experience, and I'm just excited to see where they're going to take zombies from here on out for the rest of the year. And I really hope they do a Black Ops 3 thing where they do the Chronicle and bring back a bunch of old maps, because if that would happen, that is going to be amazing. It's going to be one of the best Call of Duties of all time, in my opinion. And lastly, in my positives, is that I am glad that even though there are, bundles that you can buy, there are COD points that you can purchase, you can definitely spend money if you want to, or you don't have to. You can buy the battle pass and go through the battle pass and get skins and gun skins through there, or there's going to be skins that are going to come out throughout the year. There's going to be new operators, new guns, new maps. And I like that we're going back into free DLC like this Season 1 Reloaded that we're getting this weekend, and getting new maps, getting new game modes and new perks, new zombie maps, new operators, new guns. There's a lot of new things that are just being thrown out to the players that you don't have to pay for. It is given to the players. As long as you have the game, you have it. And I'm glad that they're sticking with that model and they're continuing to just give us free content and keeping the player base happy. From what it seems like is that the Activision and Treyarch team are definitely listening to their players and updating and changing things as such as what they're hearing from the community, which is always good to see with a Call of Duty. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into my cons, and I don't have much here. Biggest con for me is, although I am having a great time with the multiplayer experience, is you have maps that aren't great at all. When you look into a Call of Duty, you traditionally think of your 3-lane maps where you have a left, right, and center lane, and it all flows very neatly. They kind of changed that, where these maps are huge and they don't have that 3-lane structure. It kind of feels like it's all over the place. So these maps don't have a nice flow to it. It has very unique spawn points, which you can get used to over time, but at first it gets very frustrating. Really, the best map on there is Nuketown. So they brought back Nuketown. That's what everyone plays, Nuketown 24/7, and I'm cool with it because that is the best map on the game so far. So that is one thing that I'm hoping that they start bringing back some new maps, or old maps, I should say. Some old maps or new maps that feel more traditional in Call of Duty, so it has a better flow when it comes to multiplayer. Although, like I said, the multiplayer experience is fun. The maps is the biggest thing that is lacking within the game and within the actual multiplayer experience, is that we have maps that just don't flow properly, and it doesn't make it feel like a Call of Duty game, and it reduces the fun you have sometimes, because it just you get into this very jumbled mess when it comes to these maps. Second thing for multiplayer is skill-based matchmaking. Now, I don't mind skill-based matchmaking if it worked good. You can have a great game, amazing game, and in the next match, I swear to God, it feels like you're going against Optic Gaming themselves. It feels like you're going against 7 scumpies and you can't even get a kill off. Like it's crazy, you know, because if this is skill-based matchmaking, you would think that if you do that good in your next game, you would be amongst people that are within your same level. But no. It puts you in people that are like 10 times above you. And then you lose a couple of games, you go back down to people that are really in your level or below you. And then you have a good game again, and then you go into those really crazy lobbies, and the cycle continues. So skill-based matchmaking is something that has been introduced for a very long time. We all know if you play Call of Duty or any other game that has this kind of format, you understand what skill-based matchmaking is, but it's kind of broken in a sense like that, where you have a good game, and if you do, the next game, just be ready to be creamed because the players you're going against are the best players in the world. According to Call of Duty, that's who you should be playing against because of the game you just had prior. So it becomes a very frustrating cycle of having a good game, a few terrible games, going back down, having a couple good games, a few terrible games, and you just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And, you know, I guess, you know, if the game thinks you should be doing better or you are worthy of a higher skill level and they're going to put you in these higher ranked lobbies essentially, then sure, that's cool. But it gets a little frustrating, it gets a little crazy where it feels like you are getting punished for doing good at the game. And that is one little frustrating thing when it comes to the multiplayer experience. I haven't really found any too many cons for ranked. The only really con I can think of is now that I'm higher ranked, it seems like I'm earning less skill ranking points for leveling up for wins. You know, I'm typically top 2 within my leaderboard when it comes to ranked, and I'm only gaining like 50 to 70 SR per game win, which is a lot less than what I did at first. When I started playing ranked, I would get 200 to 300 SR or skill ranked points per win. So now it's starting to slow me down and trying to keep me capped off. So that's a little frustrating, the way you feel like you're doing so much better than you did when you first started playing ranked, and you're getting less ranked XP essentially to get to the next rank. So it's kind of like restricting you a little bit. So that's really the only thing I can think of from rank that is a little bit of a con. And lastly, we have zombies. And there's certain things from zombies that I really enjoy. There's other things that I don't really enjoy. And for the most part, I love the zombies experience. One thing that I never really liked was the whole weapon class for zombies, where you can spawn in with whatever weapon you want. And I always thought that was a little weird, you know, because I get it, because there's a whole weapon camo challenge for the zombie side of it, but it takes a little bit of the mystery out of zombies away, where you don't necessarily use the mystery box anymore. It's just there just because, you know, you have a perk system that you can buy as many perks as you want, but the more you buy, the more expensive these perks get, which is cool, you know, because you can set up pretty heavily when you have the points, but it does kind of take away from it, where you feel like at a certain point you become invincible because you can have everything in the game, where before you were restricted to what perks you can get. So you had to set up in a certain way. You have to hit the mystery box and hopefully get lucky to get a good gun, or buy a gun off the wall and things like that. So there's certain things that just take a little bit from the classic zombies experience away. And I get that we have to innovate and renew stuff and kind of move forward within the gaming aspect of it. We can't just stick with the same formula forever. But there's certain things like that where it feels a little cheap when you can load in with the best gun in the game, and then you go pack a punch in and you're pretty much invincible, and you can buy every single perk. And now you can also buy armor plates, because now there's armor plates in zombies. You can buy a level 3 armor. So before, where even with Juggernaut it would take 4 hits to hit you down, you can take like 20 hits before you go down. So it gets to the point where you can literally train forever and get to maximum level without really breaking a sweat, it feels like. So that is one aspect of the zombies experience that definitely feels like it got taken away a little bit from the zombies community. But that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Let me know what you guys think about Black Ops 6. Have you guys been playing it? Are you guys done with Call of Duty in general? Are you guys excited for what Call of Duty is starting to do and trying to bring back the community? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. But again, if you guys like time with a movie, TV show, or video related, make sure that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.